Let's talk about water baptism. If you're looking for some exciting stories to build your faith, read the book of Acts. As the early church grew and more people became followers of Jesus, over and over again, we read stories of people choosing to follow Jesus and immediately being baptized in water, filled with the Holy Spirit and joining in God's mission. On the day of Pentecost, Peter preaches and 3,000 are added to their number and baptized that day. Philip meets this Ethiopian official in Acts 8. They read the word, he understands it, and immediately he's baptized. Saul, who's later Paul, encounters Jesus on the road to Damascus. He's blind for 3 days, and then he's healed, and immediately he's baptized. The centurion, Cornelius, and his whole household hear Peter and believe and are baptized. Paul preaches to Lydia, and her whole household believes and is baptized. Paul and Silas don't escape from prison when they could, when there's an earthquake, and then the prison guard and his whole household believe and are baptized. Paul leads Crispus, a synagogue leader, and his entire household to Jesus, and they're baptized. Paul with the Ephesians, they also receive and are baptized. Do you see a pattern? Believe in Jesus and be baptized. We believe baptism is a public witness to God's faithfulness and is commanded for those entering the family of God. There's no biblical precedent for delaying baptism. As we see in those stories, people believed and immediately they responded and were baptized in water. You don't need to complete a long list of requirements to qualify. There's no right age. Water baptism isn't something you earn by being good enough. It's something you do in obedience to Jesus. With kids, we like to say that water baptism is showing people on the outside what God has done on the inside. I decided to follow Jesus when I was very young in Sunday school, and not too long after that, I heard about water baptism, and I knew in my heart that I should be baptized in obedience. I wanted to do it, but I was very shy, and I didn't want to stand out. And somehow it kept getting put off until I was a teenager. And I've always regretted that stall in my journey with Jesus. I loved him and I responded to him as a kid. There was no benefit in my life to delaying that step of obedience. So I always tell parents, if your child believes in Jesus and they're talking about water baptism, pay attention. Don't ignore it or delay it. If you have responded to Jesus and chosen to follow him, we want to celebrate your step of faith with water baptism right away. Maybe you've been following Jesus for a long time, but you've never been baptized. Or maybe you just started to follow Jesus this week. Either way, now is the time to respond to what God's doing in your heart. And here's the bonus. Your act of obedience can cause faith to rise in someone else, like a ripple effect. Contact us today to sign up to be baptized. You can reach out to the office or to us online. We'd love to celebrate this act of faith with you.